Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I just finished my skincare. I'm getting ready to record some content. So I thought I would turn on the camera while I get ready and do something a little bit different. Okay, this is actually a requested video, believe it or not. Today we are going to talk about pet peeves while I get ready. Somebody requested a pet peeves video. I do feel like I have a lot of pet peeves, but to be honest, my pet peeves mainly revolve around people not using common sense. I'm really a stickler for common sense and, using those basic comprehension skills that we were all blessed with, but sometimes people just, I find, turn them off and it grinds my gears. So before I put a face on, I'm going to lay my edges. Somebody asked me about what edge control I'm using, and half actually put me onto this one. It's by Eben. I'll link it down below. So I want to wear my amethyst jewelry today, so I think I'm going to do a purple look. My amethyst beaded crystal bracelet, available at ToniDaley.com, by the way, and my amethyst pendant. So amethyst is anti-anxiety, it's calming, helps with sleep, insomnia, all that stuff. It's a very calming crystal. And it's also, I believe it's also the gemstone for February, the birthstone. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ooh, that's a nice stack. How pretty does that look? All right, let's get into it. Okay, my first, I'm already irritated. My first pet peeve is when people think that everything has to be a competition or comparison. So, for example, I get this one all the time. You guys know I love summer. It's my favorite season, particularly because I'm from Toronto, Ontario, which we have all 4 seasons. But summer is our shortest one. It comes in hot and heavy. I always describe it as like a romantic fling because that's what it does to you. It rushes in and it's hot and it's heavy. And I love it. Like, I love hot weather. And so I always mention when it's beautiful outside, and I'll be like, you guys, it's so hot today. I love it. And immediately, you think that's hot? Wait till you come to Texas. You think that's hot? Girl, try living in California. You think that? Yes, I think it's hot. I'm not talking about where you're from. Like, two things can be true. It can be hot where I am and hot where you are at the same time. It's not a competition. 40 degrees Celsius without the humidex is hot. It's hot anywhere in the world. 40 degrees Celsius is still 40 degrees Celsius regardless of where you live and regardless of what metric you use to measure temperature, which is another pet peeve, but let me get into that one shortly. Like, it's just not a competition for me. I just feel hot. I'm not trying to downplay how hot it is where you live. Same thing with cold. Like, if I say it's cold as F today, somebody will inevitably tell me that they spent a winter in Russia. And you know what? I'm still cold. So, yes, I think it's cold, regardless of how much colder it is where you are. I think it's hot, regardless of how much hotter it is where you are. It doesn't change the fact that I'm hot. All right, since I brought up the temperature thing, let me just talk about, it's such a pet peeve of mine when people don't use basic context clues. Like, I don't even know, I don't want to offend anybody, but like, it grinds my gears. I went to my mother's 2-year anniversary party and I was trying to decide what to wear. I tried on a bunch of dresses from my closet. I mentioned that, we're in the middle of summer. It's August. It's the hottest month of the year. I mentioned that it's summer in Toronto, which we get hot summers. I mentioned that I want something cool and comfortable to wear. I mentioned that there was a long sleeve dress I tried on. I loved it, but I didn't want to get pit stains. And then I mentioned again that it was 40 degrees. I'm so confused. Is it winter or is it cold? What? Did you just disregard everything I said before? How are you confused that it's hot in the summer in North America? You can't use the US thing as an excuse because You live in North America. We share a landmass. It's summer. You're from Detroit. Like, why are you confused? Yes, we use Celsius, as does the rest of the world. I get it. You use Fahrenheit in the US, but here's the thing. I've never once heard somebody from like Texas or from California, let's say it's 100 degrees out, it's so hot, and been confused as to why your skin's not boiling. Because I assumed you're talking about Celsius and 100 Fahrenheit is 212 degrees Celsius. Like, I would assume that you're just using a different metric. You know what I mean? Especially if you already gave all the context clues. Like, I gave you the context clues. I said it was summer. I said it was the hottest month of the year. It's August. We live on the same continent. Why are you confused? Okay, here's another. Saying a word with an accent is not mispronouncing a word. It's saying a word with an accent. So I just don't believe it needs to be corrected. It's just, you're just speaking in a different dialect / accent. So the word's not mispronounced. It just sounds different with the accent. I'm trying to think of an example. I don't know. Do you guys know what I mean? I can't think of an example off the top of my head right now. Okay, like let's hold on. Let me find my eyebrow pencil. By the way, guys, I'll link everything down below as always. I'm a little oily today, so let me just pat them down with some powder first. Pro tip. Just brush off the excess. So as I was saying, let's say I go to Cheesecake Factory or Chili's. I'm trying to think of like a nondescript, regular type of restaurant, right? And the waiter comes over and I say, can I get a pound of wings, a ginger ale, and a bruschetta? How dumb am I going to sound? Like, I understand that the correct pronunciation is in its Italian form, but I'm going to say bruschetta because I'm speaking English with an English accent, and it sounds stupid otherwise. Like, why would I interject a random alternate accent when the rest of my sentence is not structured that way? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Don't correct me on how to pronounce bruschetta. I'm saying it correctly with my accent. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, can I get a bloomin' onion and a bruschetta? What? No. Okay, I've moved on to my eyeshadow. So my next pet peeve I want to talk about is about makeup. Now, this is definitely a phenomenon that I pretty much only come across online, and it does absolutely get on my nerves because I only tend to see it under Black women's videos. So it's usually one of two scenarios. Either, and it's always a dark-skinned woman, she's either complaining how hard it is to find her shade in store or with certain brands, or she's found her ideal shade and she's super excited about it. And so she runs to, her platform to show it, to do the swatch, and to do a face using the product. And inevitably somebody, and it's usually person, will say, you don't even need makeup. Like, she's complaining about an issue about brands catering to dark skin, and your response is you don't even need makeup. Pet peeve, because number one, nobody needs makeup. I mean, that's common knowledge, right? And I mean, nobody needs makeup. I don't care if you are a burn victim. The point is, makeup is not life sustaining. You don't need it to survive. That's a common fact, and I don't think she needs you to tell her that. You also don't need makeup. Do you know what I mean? So what was the point of that comment? Number two, Black women are allowed luxury. Like, we are allowed to experience the joys in life. So I just find it very dismissive, and I just don't see the opposite happening. Like, I've never gone onto a white makeup artist video and been like, why are you buying blush? You turn red naturally. Like, you don't even need that. What? Do you understand? Like, is it just me? It grinds my gears because she didn't ask you if she needed it. She knows that. She wants it. We're allowed to want things, and we're allowed to have nice things, and we're allowed to be included in spaces that you easily have access to. Pet peeve. You don't need it. Oh, that's pretty. Pretty hurts, shine the light on whatever's worse. So on the other side of the spectrum, I also see a similar phenomenon happen, again, online only, where, and this is usually from Black women to Black women. So there'll be a vlogger or, influencer who either has a wig on or a sew-in, let's say, and she takes it off or takes out her sewing, and she has long hair. And here come the comments. Why do you wear that when you have all that hair? Because she wants to. Point blank, period. I don't think you need any more explanation than that. I mean, true, there could be many reasons. Maybe she's busy and has a tight schedule and doesn't have time to style her natural hair in the morning, so a wig is just, on off, easy styling, as we know. Maybe she hates her hair. That's also a valid reason. It's not your head of hair. Maybe she hates her hair and wants to wear wigs. Also valid. Like, let her do that. Or maybe, just maybe, that's the reason she has long hair and she doesn't want to be bald-headed like you. I just think we should leave people and their beauty choices alone. As women in particular, because we are all under this societal pressure to look a certain way and live under this patriarchy, and let's all just make decisions for ourselves, especially when these decisions, they don't affect each other. Me wearing purple eyeshadow today will not affect your day whatsoever, I promise you, despite the fact that somebody might say, well, Toni, you look so much better with brown neutral shades. It's fine. You're still gonna go about your day. People assume because it's a red cup, it's not water. It's water. I'm gonna wear mascara only. I'm not gonna do lashes. I want to do lashes, but I don't like doing too much to my eyes because they do like to water. So if I do eyeshadow, unfortunately, I feel like I gotta skip the lashes because I've already been, tapping around my eye for a minute. And if I don't do eyeshadow, then I feel like I can do lashes because I haven't been tapping around my eyes. It kind of sucks though because I feel like eyeshadow looks like there's something about a lash that completes it. So I kind of wish it was the opposite for me, but luckily my lashes are not too bad. Okay, another pet peeve that I just thought about because I'm actually expecting a delivery right now. If you work for any of the delivery services, I need you to chime in on this because I am confusion, okay? If you work for UPS, USPS, FedEx, if you deliver any sort of package. Let me give you a little background as to why this is a pet peeve. I've lived in many different houses, as you guys know. I lived in a basement apartment where I had to walk across the apartment and up the stairs to get to the door. I lived in a condo, a 700 square foot condo, which took me less than 10 seconds to get to the front door. I lived in a single family home after that, which was about, I'd say 2,000 square feet. From the farthest point of the house, I had to walk all the way across the basement, up the stairs, down the hallway to get to the front door. I lived in a much larger single family home. It was about 4,000 square feet. That one took me a while from the farthest point because I had to walk, again, all the way across the basement, up the stairs, down the hallway to get to the front door. And now I live here, which is a smaller home. It's about, maybe 1,200 square feet. My point is that I've lived in all these different types of homes, and all these different types of homes require a different length of time to get to the front door. So my question is, why then does UPS, FedEx, Purelator give you exactly 30 seconds from the time they ring the doorbell for you to get there before they're gone? Do you not adjust the time you wait based on the size of the house? The amount of times I've almost broken my neck flying downstairs. Depending on the house, it may take you longer to get to the front door depending on how long the driveway is, right? So wouldn't you extend the same courtesy to the people living there? Like, I just don't understand why it's always exactly 30 seconds. And I know that now you can get online and pre-sign for packages and prepay for delivery fees and stuff like that, but sometimes you can't. Certain items, depending on how high the value is, require a signature depending on the shipping method. And some stuff you just don't want sitting outside. So I just don't understand why delivery people don't adjust the time they wait based on the type of dwelling. I'm still rocking my goddess braids by Hair by Half. I think I'm just gonna do a ponytail today. Simple pony. Let me just blend out my forehead a bit. So my look is pretty much done, and I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me rant. That's probably enough pet peeves for you for today. But trust me, I have more, y'all. So let me know if you want a part 2, and also let me know your top pet peeve down in the comment section. I'm curious. I want to know if I'm alone with some of these or not. You know, if it's just me or if some of y'all get me, like, let me know. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.